Hello, my name is Barry Gross. Today I'm going to show you how to put on a CA finish using the starter kit. The starter kit includes a can of accelerator, medium CA, thin CA, scratch remover, sanding materials, and a set of non-stick bushings. So what I'm going to do is we're going to flip over to the lathe and I'm going to show you how to apply it. Okay, I've mounted my pen blank and I'm using a cactus with turquoise in this. I mounted it on the lathe already. It's pretty smooth. So the sandpaper starts at 150. I'm not going to start down there. I'm probably going to start at maybe 220 or 320 and then work my way up from there. And so what I do is I put also, since these I do not want any transfer of the bushings, the metal bushings, onto my piece, it's a light piece, I'm going to use the non-stick bushings. So I'm going to take my sandpaper like this and I'm going to start sanding this one side and then the other. So that's the 220. Here's the 320. And I hold it like this because this way I have everything in my hand right here. I'm not looking all over the shop for sandpaper. Here's the next one. The next one. And then I'm going to end up with 800 here. Then I'm going to take the 4 Abralon pads, and all of these are in the starter kit. The first one is 500, but it's a Swedish grit, so it's really 1500. Look at the debris you get off of there. Here's the next one, which is 2000 or 1000, which is the equivalent to 3000. The 2000 is the equivalent to 6000. And then the 4000 pad is the equivalent to 12,000. And you can see how really shiny this is. Now I'll take my compressed air, blow this out. You can stop this and see what it looks like. And that really looks good right now. So now I'm going to put my CA on, which is a medium CA. I've taken a paper towel and I've folded it up just like this. And I've got a little baggie on the parts bag on my finger. I'm going to take some medium CA, like I said, and that's in the kit. I'm going to place a big drop on just like this, and I'm going to apply it just like that. I'm going to use this, I'm going to go back and forth until it just gets a little bit sticky. I've got this turning at about 600 RPM. Just get a little bit sticky just like this. Take some accelerator and from about a foot away give it a quick little spray like that. I'm going to turn my paper towel over, and this is coat number 2. Now I do not sand in between. I don't do anything like that. I just put 6 coats of medium on just like you see here. That's coat number 2. Here's coat number 3. And I go till it just gets a little sticky. Give it a little bit of a spray. Turn it over. Here's coat number 4. This is the fastest way to do a CA finish, and you get a really good finish out of this. Now normally I have my vacuum on, but it just makes too much noise so you can't really hear me talking. So I'm going to tear this off. I'm going to put, here's coat number 5. Spray, and coat number 6. I've been doing CA finishes for about 20 years. Russ Fairchild and I were the first 2 really to do CA finishes. Russ uses a few different methods, or he used to use a few different methods. I just put it on just the way you see it here. Okay, now I turn this off and you can see it's pretty flat. Okay, I've been doing this, as I said, a long time. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, maybe I take 1 coat of 320, if it was lumpy, okay, and just lightly sand this to knock off any high spots. Okay, so that's pretty flat all the way down. Now I'm going to take off the non-stick bushings. If I did it right, they should just pop off just like that, which they do. But let's pretend there was a little bit sticking up on the ends over here. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little trick right about now. Alright, so now I'm going to take a little piece of wax paper like this. I'm going to put a drop of thin CA glue on, just like you see here. And then I'm going to take my piece and come in and just lightly touch it, just like that. And see how it's sucked up on the ends? What that did is it sealed the end. It made it nice and hard, but plus the fact if there was anything sticking up on the ends, now I can take a little emery file like this and just lightly sand that down. So you've sealed the ends, and now you don't have to worry about those pieces sticking up because you've just lightly sanded them and taken them out. Okay, so now we're ready to actually wet sand this. So that's our next step. All right, now I'm ready. I put a towel across the lathe bed. I've got water in a little bowl like this. Okay, and then here's my 3 pads. Now these are different than regular micro mesh. I'm going to turn the speed back up to about 2,000 or so. I'm going to start with the yellow side, and I'm going to go till I just get a little bit of a slurry on here. Okay, and you'll see that in a second. You see this white stuff on here that's appearing. Wipe that off. I'm going to turn this over and go to the green side. Now these pads will last you a long time, but again, they're different than regular micro mesh. They use a larger crystal to scratch with, and anytime you use a larger crystal, you get a more even scratch pattern. I'm going to wipe this off. I'm going to turn this off now, because if you're not used to using these, I'm going to show you a little thing. I'm going to see if there's any really big scratches in here, which there aren't. So now I'm just going to continue on with the next one, which is 1500. And I do these for about 8 to 10 seconds each. And now this is 2400. $4,000. $12,000. And then I put a little bit of scratch remover on this. Just a little bit. And all of these items are in the kit. So I'm going to shake that up and put just a little bit of scratch remover on there. Dry spot on the towel. And there is your CA finish on there. Now what I do with these is I always buff them. I buff everything because it really brings out the actual shine of this thing and gets rid of any little micro scratches you see. So that's our next step. Alright, now we've got our buffing wheels on here. This is a cotton muslin wheel, this is a cotton flannel wheel. I'm going to load it up a little bit, put a little bit of rouge on there, and now I'm going to hold this like this, do that side, then this side, and I'm telling you, this gets rid of all the little micro scratches in everything. If you're using just plain acrylic material, or if you're doing a CA finish like this. And that's it. Look at this piece. This is flawless. And this is cactus with a little bit of turquoise in there. Okay? So that's what this is. I'm going to assemble this, and then I'll show you the final product. And here is your finished pen. It's a Majestic Squire, really a very, very nice pen, made with the CA starter kit from Arizona Silhouette.